here's my lesson plan that is also displayed above. What time is it? I'm going to actually walk you through and show you some things. Here's where it is in the task room portfolio, where I put it in what's required. The kids each had an iPad. I used the whiteboards, markers. I also had my projector up there. I showed you the walkthrough, my intro. I even start with a joke in my lesson, which my jokes are down here. What does a clock do when it's hungry? It goes back 4 seconds. As you can also see here in my lesson plans, you see the regular standards before and then the Common Core standards for time below. As you can see them measured right here. Okay, and then I go actually specifically into the lesson, which I'm going. It was a total of 24 questions. The first one, put your first and last name in there. It actually will take the results and put them in Modo gradebook. But going back on there, like one of the questions, select something that takes 1 second. So that was on a multiple choice test. Also focused on little hands and big hands of the clock. They're doing an excellent job of counting by fives. I had a little saying where they remember that the big hand, how many fingers are on your hand? 5. So every, like the one on the clock represents one hand, that's 5. 5 minutes. So 2 hands would be 10 because they have 10 fingers there. So, but I tested them on that, and I even had selections like short answers that I actually had them write in here, where they actually had to pay attention and write in their own selective answers. I also had them look at me and write the digital time. So I had them not just focus on the iPads, but also be able to focus back on me by showing the clock. It was a larger clock that I actually had in there. I had them focus on the AM, PM times there. You can see how I set some differentiation with the qualitative and quantitative instruction in this, created through the assessment. Because it gave each one of them a hands-on approach. It showed interest and relative for each one of them because it projected the results on the screen. Now I'm going to, let's go to the actual test here. As you can see some of my things were the questions that were asked on the clock. This is what it looks like in Socrative. Exactly, for that. I even have the results that I downloaded because this is what actually comes into me. As you can see where it shows each one of the kids, and then it even gets to show, like, for what takes a second. A lot of them put blink. There was one that actually put watch 2 half hours of cartoon. So that shows me that I need to go back and maybe work with her on understanding, or maybe she hit the wrong button. But it lets me see all the results. And then I also like the exit tickets. So I'm going to not make you sick here, but here's some of the questions, like what did you like least about this? So I actually got to read some of theirs, and what did you like best about it? So I actually got to read some of their comments on that. I had them rated on a scale of 1 to 10. How did they feel about that? Some of them did not answer that, but it at least gives me feedback for some of the ones that did. But this is something that actually gets emailed to me from the site. But it just shows the strength and technological that those kids are going to, and also helps me as a teacher by doing that.